Welcome, everybody, to the PCC Institute for Health Professionals podcast. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Pete Wright, and I'm here again with now officially old-timer Marla Spadafora, RN and instructor with IHP. Hello again, Marla.
Hello.
How's it feel to be a repeat guest?
It feels a little better, actually. Having done it once already.
It just keeps getting better, I promise. We're going to talk about, last time we had you on, we talked about floor nursing and this fantastic new class that's coming out. Now we're going to be talking about one that you've been doing for a long time, IV therapy, and some changes coming to the IV therapy offering with IHP. And very excited to get your insights on what is going on with IV therapy at the Institute for Health Professionals. First of all, what is the class and as you teach it now?
Currently, I teach a 2-day live introduction to IV therapy course that involves a lot of didactic, a lot of knowledge and foundational understanding of anatomy and the psychology behind giving and receiving IVs, and then a lot of live practice. So students actually come to class knowing that they will be starting and having IVs started on them in the class.
Okay, I just got a little weak kneed. I'm clearly not the right person to be having this conversation.
That's good.
I think maybe the transition is probably better for a guy like me. It looks like you are moving toward an online version of the same class. How could that possibly work?
Okay, well, that's a good question. So we're not getting rid of the 2-day live course. We're adding the option for those that, say, can't take 2 days off of work, or perhaps customers from another state. We've had people actually fly in from the East Coast for this class. So what we're offering them is the option to take all the didactic online, and then we will, in addition, offer live practice, a 4-hour practice session.
Oh, and where would they still need to come to IHP, or is that something that we're going to be working with local centers to schedule?
We could probably do both. Actually, it's still being worked out, but right now it'll be on site at IHP, and it's an optional piece of it. So the difference between the two classes is the live 2-day course, you will guaranteed get practice and one-on-one time with the instructor. It's part of the course.
Okay.
And then the other one, it's optional.
What is it when you say it's optional? Who would take it as an option? And I'm saying that again as a patient. I kind of want my whoever is going to be giving me an IV to have done it before. Isn't skills training kind of important?
Really, it is very... Skills training is very important, but there are so many skills out there that nurses never actually learn in a classroom before they actually learn them on site. It's kind of scary, I know, as a patient to hear that, but...
This is not good. You've not helped me at all.
I'm sorry. But IV therapy is one of those things where it's part of everybody's job to do. Every nurse has to deal with IVs in some way, shape, or form, whether it be just using them or actually placing the IVs. It's just because it's not a required part of everybody's job. That's why we can't make it a required part of a course. Yeah.
Okay. But important option to take. And so that sounds like there are some details that are still being worked out. But for those, how would you characterize folks who would be a perfect target for the in-class versus online? Is there sort of a different audience that would be more apt to take one versus the other?
I feel that will weed itself out. But in my opinion, if you've never started IVs before and it is going to be part of your job, you should come to the 2-day live class. If you have a background or a foundation already and you just want to increase your knowledge and become current with the latest standards of practice, then all you really need is the didactic online version of it.
Okay, that is very good to hear. And if you ever see the name Pete Wright on your chart, please go to join Marla for the live class. Is this does this class is it intended to meet any certification requirements for maintaining certification in any particular field?
No, it is a continuing education or contact hours class. The only true certification for IV therapy is a national certification, and it's done through the Infusion Nurses Society. And it is only for RNs at this point. There's no certification for LPNs. So this is about the only thing you can get as other than a certification that is even close. You basically get a certificate saying you've performed the skills, and we consider it a validation course.
Excellent. Well, this I'll tell you, you have learned me something terrific today. I hope others have found this interesting. When and where can we expect people to be able to jump into this new online IV therapy course?
That also is to be up and running winter term, which I believe begins in January. It will be on, and it will be ongoing always. It's not something that they connect with me at any time. Once it's up on the site, they can every day somebody could sign up for it and begin it.
Oh, that's great. Mm-hmm. And then from that point, they'll get information about how to get into their skills training if that's an option they want to take.
Right. And actually, that won't start until February. We want to have some, because it's not going to be offered every week or every day. It'll probably be once a month.
Excellent. Well, this has been terrific, Marla. Thank you so much for your time talking about IV therapy.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone who has downloaded and listened to the show, PCC Institute for Health Professionals podcast. My name is Pete Wright, again, on behalf of fantastic returning guest, Marla Spadafora. Thanks so much, and we'll join you next week on the show.